Good afternoon, everyone. Let us start. Remember, we have been learning Chapter 7 Lifelines of National Economy. Today, we shall start with a discussion on the waterways. Now, let me present my screen. Waterways. Okay, so we have been learning different means of transport. Okay, land transport, then water transport, and so on. So now let us start. Waterways. Since the ancient period, India was one of the seafaring countries. Since the ancient time, India was one of the seafaring countries. So seafaring means travel by water or sea going, ocean going, or sailing. Okay, and its seamen sailed far and near, thus carrying and spreading Indian commerce and culture to different parts of the world. Okay, and now the following sentences tell the advantages of waterways. So let us read. Okay, waterways are the cheapest means of transport. Okay, so the first important advantage of waterways is that waterways are the cheapest means of transport. And another point is that they are more suitable for carrying heavy and bulky goods. Waterways are suitable for carrying heavy and bulky goods. So for example, if you are going to transport a big machine or hundreds of aircraft from other countries like USA, then waterways are the only alternative. Okay, so we have to transport those aircrafts or heavy machines using ships across the ocean, and that is why waterways are the cheapest and more suitable for carrying heavy and bulky goods. It is the cheapest means because friction is less on the water body, and hence the consumption of fuel is less as given here. It is fuel efficient, means there is less consumption of fuel since the friction is less on the water body. Then environment friendly mode of transport. Okay, so waterway is an environment friendly mode of transport. So these are the advantages or merits of waterways. Okay, and about the waterways, okay, in India, actually we have two types of waterways. The first one is the inland waterways, and the other one is the oceanic. And for the inland waterways, see here, India has inland navigation waterways of 14,500 kilometers. Okay, the total length of inland waterways in India is 14,500 kilometers. And out of these 14,500 kilometers, only 5,685 kilometers are navigable by mechanized vessel. Okay, mechanized vessel means ships or mechanized boats. Okay, and the following waterways have been declared as the national waterways by the government. Okay, so we have an authority known as the National Waterways Authority of India, and this waterway authority, okay, look after these national waterways. So let us read. So this figure number 7.5 shows a picture or photograph of inland waterways widely used in northeastern states. Can you tell me the name of the river here? Actually, anybody? Actually, this is a scene from the Brahmaputra river in Assam. Okay, and so let us continue. So we have 5 national waterways in India, and these are given here. Okay, and here we have a map showing the 5 waterways, national waterways in India. National waterways number 1, 2, then 3, 4, 5. Okay, so let us read the first national waterway number 1. So the Ganga river between Allahabad and Haldia. Okay, national waterway number 1 is the Ganga river between Allahabad and Haldia. The length of the waterway, national waterway, is 1,620 kilometer. Okay, and it is here. It is here, Ganga river. Okay, see here. So this is the national waterway number 1. Okay, it's given here. See, national waterway number 1, that is Ganga river. Okay, so what is the stress here? Between Allahabad and Haldia. Okay, so Haldia, just see here, Haldia is here. Okay, Haldia is here and Allahabad is here. So between Allahabad and Haldia, okay, this is the national waterway number 1. Next we have national waterway number 2, the Brahmaputra river between Sadia and Dhubri. Okay, and the length of the national waterway is 891 kilometer. National waterway number 2 is the Brahmaputra river between Sadia and Dhubri. Okay, between Sadia and Dhubri. So here, this is the national waterway number 2. Okay, and it is also given here, Dhubri to Sadia. So Sadia is here, and Dhubri is here. Okay, just let me zoom it. See, Dhubri is here. Here is Dhubri, and Sadia is here. Okay, then national waterway number 3. National waterway number 3. So the West Coast Canal in Kerala. So the West Coast Canal in Kerala is the national waterway number 3. So the name of the canal is Kottapurma, Kollam, Udyogmandal, and Champakara Canal. Okay, and altogether we have 205 kilometer. Okay, the West Coast Canal, this is the national waterway number 3. Okay, so here is the West Coast Canal. Here, this is the West Coast Canal. Okay, and the length is 205 kilometer. Okay, that is Kottapurma, this Kollam, Udyogmandal, Champakara Canal all together. So all these all are here. All the canals are here, mentioned here. Okay, then we have national waterway number 4. Specified stretches of Godavari and Krishna rivers along with Kakinada Puducherry stretch of canal. Okay, specified stretches Godavari and Krishna rivers along with Kakinada, Puducherry, Straits of Canal. So the length of the national waterway is 1078 kilometer. Okay, just it is here. Is here. Okay, it is here. All these here area here. Okay, just these. Okay, all the names of the canals are given here. Okay, and the specified stresses. This is the Godavari river. Godavari river is here. Then Krishna river is here, but only up to here. Okay, only this area and this area. And next we have this national waterway number 5. Okay, so specified stresses of river Brahmani along with Matai river. Okay, and delta channels of Mahanadi and Brahmani rivers and the East Coast Canal. The length of the waterway is national waterway is 488 kilometer. Okay, so it is here. It is here. Okay, it's here is a small area, so let me show you. It is too congested here. So this is another map. Okay, see here. This Brahmani river is here, then Mahanadi river is here, then East Coast Canal is here. Okay, and this is what I call national waterway number 5. Okay, national waterway number 5 is here. Just see here. So this area. Okay, and others also indicated here. So these are the not only these 5 national waterways mentioned in the book, there are some other inland waterways, okay, on which substantial transportation take place, and these are Mandavi, Juari, and Kumbarzua, Sundarbans, Barak, and backwaters of Kerala. Okay, so these are the other important inland waterways. Again, let us see this map. Okay, Barak river is here. Okay, Barak river, you know, it is originated from Manipur. Okay, so it passes through Assam and enters Bangladesh and joins this Ganga river also. Okay, and this is an important inland waterway here in Assam. Okay, then others like Mandovi, Juari, okay, then Kambar, okay, rivers and the canals are here in this area. Okay, Mandovi, Juari, and Kumbarbuza, all are here. Okay, then others also you may check it. All these we have already learned. So this is the national waterway number 1, Ganga river, and this is the national waterway number 2, Brahmaputra river. National waterway number 3, West Coast Canal. Okay, West Coast Canal is here. Then East Coast Canal is here, and Sundarban is another important inland water system. Okay, the deltas of Ganga and backwaters in this Kerala area. Okay, mainly in the West Coast area. And apart from this, Indian trade with foreign countries is carried from ports located along the coast, and 95% of the country's trade volume, okay, is moved by sea. As mentioned earlier, okay, we have 2 important types of waterways. The first one is inland waterways. The second one is oceanic. Okay, and so now we are going to learn about seaways. Okay, oceanic seaways, that is major seaports. So before we start major seaport, are you clear? Any question from your side? Any question? Okay, if you don't have questions, then let us proceed. So major seaports of India. So we know that India has a very long coastline of 7,516.6 kilometer, and along this coastline, along this long coastline, okay, we have 12 major ports and 200 notified or non-major, that is intermediate ports, dotted along the coast. Okay, and these major ports handle all these 12 major ports. Actually now it is more than 12, but only 12 are mentioned in our book. Okay, handle 95% of India's foreign trade. Almost all the important commodities, okay, traded with the foreign countries are handled by these major ports. Actually major ports, you know, these are constructed and maintained by the central government, and for the non-major port or the intermediate port, these are mainly constructed and maintained by the state governments. Okay, this is the main difference. Now let us start with the ports. The first important port on the west coast is the Kandala Port. Okay, Kandala Port, so if you see a map here, is given in your textbook. Okay, so this is the map in your textbook, and Kandala is here. Okay, Kandala is here, is in Gujarat. And Kandala in Kutch was the first port developed soon after independence to ease the volume of trade on Mumbai Port. Why was the Kandala Port constructed? Kandala Port was constructed to ease, okay, to relieve the volume of trade on the Mumbai Port in the wake of loss of Karachi Port to Pakistan after partition. Okay, when India got independence, so we got a partition between India and Pakistan, and that is why we lost the Karachi Port. To compensate the loss of Karachi Port, okay, Kandala Port was constructed to relieve the pressure on the Mumbai Port. Okay, and the Kandala Port, also known as Dindayal, okay, also known as Dindayal Port, and is a tidal port. Okay, Kandala Port is a tidal port. Do you know the meaning of tidal port? Actually, the energy given by the tide is utilized by these tidal ports. Okay, see here, I think you may be knowing the meaning of tide also. For example, this is a coastal area, and here we have sea. Okay, and we know that due to the gravitational attraction of the sun and the moon, then seawater is, okay, attracted. That means seawater is uplifted because of the attraction, because of the gravitational pull of the sun and the moon. Okay, that means the sea level will be rising. Okay, sea level will be rising like this, and so this state is known as what? When the sea level is rising, uplifted by the gravity of the sun and moon, we call it high tide. Okay, we call it high tide, and after some time the seawater again will be falling down. After some hours it will be falling downwards, and so this position, this condition is known as low tide. Okay, this is known as low tide. So in this way, the rising and the falling of seawater, okay, twice in a day. So in general, the rising and the falling of seawater is occur twice in a day due to the gravity of the sun and the moon, and this is what we call tide. And the port which are using this tidal activity is known as tidal port. Okay, when there is high tide, big ships will enter here. When there is high tide, for example, the harbor is here. When there is high tide, big ship will enter here. And when there is low tide, the ship will be moving away. Okay, so in this way, tidal ports are utilizing this tidal water. And this Kandala Port caters to the convenient handling of export and import of highly productive granary and industrial belt stretching across the states of Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, Punjab, Haryana, Rajasthan and Gujarat. That means Kandala Port is serving all these states. Okay, Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, Punjab, Haryana, Rajasthan and Gujarat. That means these states are the hinterland, okay, of Kandala Port, the area serving by the Kandala Port. And so figure number 7.6 shows, okay, a scene of this Mumbai port. Okay, here we have a vessel, so this is the ship, and a truck is being driven, okay, into a vessel. Next we have Mumbai Port. So Mumbai is the biggest port with a spacious, natural and well-sheltered harbor. Okay, so Mumbai is the biggest port in India. Okay, Mumbai is the biggest port in India, and see here, Mumbai Port is here. Okay, Mumbai Port is here, and so it has a very big, spacious, natural, well-sheltered harbor. Actually, a harbor is a sheltered area, okay, of course, where ships can dock or anchor safely. Harbor is a protected area on the sea coast, okay, where ships can anchor safely. Next, we have nearby this Mumbai port, we have Jawahar Nehru Port, okay, was planned with a view to decongest the Mumbai port and serve as a hub port in this for this reason. So Jawahar Nehru Port is nearby the Mumbai port. Okay, yes, and it is here. Jawahar Nehru, okay. Jawahar Nehru Port is nearby this Mumbai port, and this port has been developed to decongest the Mumbai port, and it serves as a hub. Hub means actually a center activity, okay, of economic activity for this reason. Next, we have this Marmagao Port in Goa is a premier iron ore exporting port for the country, and this port accounts for 50% of the India's iron ore export. So Marmagao Port is mainly exporting iron ore. Okay, it is in Goa. So Marmagao, okay, Marmagao Port is here. Okay. Next, we have New Mangalore Port located in Karnataka, okay, caters to the export of iron ore concentrate from Kudremukh mines. New Mangalore Port is located in this Karnataka. So this is New Mangalore Port, and this port also exports iron ore concentrates from Kudremukh mines. Actually here iron ore is exported as a slurry, okay, is transported as a slurry using pipelines also. Next we have Kochi. So Kochi is the extreme southwestern port and located at the entrance of a lagoon with a natural harbor. Okay, so Kochi is here. Okay, Kochi is here, and so this is the extreme southwestern port located at the entrance of a lagoon with a natural harbor. Okay, do you know what a lagoon is? Do you know what a lagoon is? Actually, see, this is an indented coast. Let us say this is an indented sea coast. Let us say this side is land, okay, and this side is sea. This side is sea, and the sea water is extended up to here. If a sandbar or a reef of coral is enclosing, okay, is closing this area like this, partially or maybe totally. So this enclosed area, of seawater is known as a lagoon. Okay, and this Kochi is located at the entrance of a lagoon, somewhere here, for example, at the entrance of a lagoon. So these are the important ports located on the west coast. Okay, these are the important ports located on the west coast. We may minimize it. Okay, so here west coast. Now we have this east coast. Okay, let us start. So moving along the east coast, you would see extreme southeastern port of Tuticorin in Tamil Nadu. Okay, and this port has a natural harbor and a rich hinterland. Hinterland means the areas or the states which is served by the port. Okay, and thus it has a flourishing trade handling of a large variety of cargoes to even neighboring countries like Sri Lanka and Maldives and the coastal regions of India. That means Tuticorin is serving not only the state of India, but this country is also serving neighboring countries like Sri Lanka and Maldives. Okay, and let us see the location of this Tuticorin. Tuticorin is here. Okay, Tuticorin is here. It is in Tamil Nadu. Then next we have Chennai. Is one of the oldest artificial port. Remember this point. Chennai is the oldest artificial port of the country. Okay, and it is ranked next to Mumbai. This is the second largest port in India in terms of volume of trade and cargo. Okay, and just see the location of the Chennai. Chennai is here. Okay, and artificially, actually Chennai area is it is like this. Here it has a very shallow continental shelf like the seawater is very shallow here. For example, this is the sea level, and here this portion is known as continental shelf, and since it is very shallow, so they dug out this area artificially, and hence Chennai port cannot handle sometimes big ships also. And one thing you must know is that nearby this Chennai, just north of Chennai, we have another international port, major port here known as Ennore. One more port is here in Tamil Nadu. The name of the port is known as Ennore. This is also an international port, a major seaport. It is not mentioned in the book. Then Visakhapatnam is the deepest landlocked and a well protected port. Deepest, remember this point. Visakhapatnam is the deepest port and a landlocked. Landlocked means surrounded entirely or almost entirely by land. That is landlocked. And this port was originally conceived as an outlet for iron ore export. It was mainly used for exporting iron ore. And let us see the location of this Visakhapatnam. It is in it is in Andhra Pradesh here, Visakhapatnam. Then Paradip Port, located in Odisha, specializes in the export of iron ore. Kolkata is an inland riverine port, means a port located on the bank of a river, Hooghly River. Actually for the Calcutta. Just see here. First, see the location of Paradip. Paradip is in Odisha. Next, we have Kolkata Port. This is a riverine port. So for example, this is a river, and a port is located just on the bank, and this is known as a riverine port. It is on the bank of Hooghly River. This Kolkata Port, and this port serves as a very large and a rich hinterland of Ganga Brahmaputra Basin. Kolkata Port serves a very large and a rich hinterland. Kolkata Port is serving not only this West Bengal, then other northern states. It also serves the whole northeastern states as well as our neighboring countries like Nepal and Bhutan. Okay, and this Kolkata port is also a tidal port, and it requires a constant dragging, okay, of the Hooghly River. Being a tidal port, being a riverine port, we require a constant dragging of Hooghly River. Dragging means you are cleaning, okay, removing of these debris from the bed of the river using power shovels. That is known as dragging. And the last important port is the Haldia Port, and it was developed as a subsidiary port, okay, helping allied port in order to relieve growing pressure on Kolkata Port. It is nearby the Kolkata Port, as you would see here. Haldia is here, okay, Haldia is here, okay, Haldia is here. So this is the Haldia Port. Okay, so these are the important major seaport to India. Any question from your side?
No, sir.
Okay, and then let us take up Airways. This will be the last topic for today. Okay, Airways. See, the first 2-3 sentences will tell you the advantages of Airways. Okay, we know that Airways is the fastest and the most comfortable and prestigious mode of transport. Okay, so air travel is the fastest means of transport, the most comfortable one, and the most prestigious, luxurious mode of transport. Another advantage is that air travel, okay, airways can cover very difficult terrains. Okay, very difficult terrain means mountainous areas, then dairy deserts, dense forests, and also along the oceanic stretches with great ease. So airways can easily cross mountains, deserts, forests, okay, and vast oceans also. So these are the advantages of the air transport. Okay, just see here, this is a mountainous area, and it is very difficult to construct railways and these roadways here, but airways can easily cross it. Okay, these aeroplanes can easily cross these, okay, areas such mountainous areas and desert areas as well as the big oceans. Just think of the northeastern part of India, okay, where we have a lot of big rivers, dissected relief, then dense forests, frequent flood, okay, and international frontiers means these international borders, boundaries are there. And we know that, see, northern India is frequently affected by the landslide, and at that time it becomes the only alternative. Airways are the only alternative in such situation, and sometimes there may be flood in a low-lying area, flood in Assam. Okay, and in that time also these airways are the only alternative, and that is why airways are very important for these regions like northeast. Okay, because air travel make us easier. And the air transport was nationalized in 1953, taken by the central government. Okay, the air transport was nationalized in 1953, and Air India provides domestic and international air services. Okay, Air India has two types of services. One is domestic. It is the brand name is known as Indian, and another one is international service. Okay, that is international flight. The brand name is Air India. Okay, and in addition to the Air India services, we have helicopter services like Pawan Hans Helicopter Limited. Just see this photograph. Okay, so this is Pawan Hans Helicopter services. Okay, And this Pawan Hans Helicopter Limited provide helicopter services to Oil and Natural Gas Corporation (ONGC) in its offshore drilling operations and to the inaccessible areas, okay, and the difficult areas like the northeastern states and the interior part of Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, and Uttarakhand. Okay, these Pawan Hans helicopter services is serving almost all the northern states like Arunachal Pradesh, including Manipur. Okay, and the interior parts of Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, and Uttarakhand. And air travel is not within, so it tells the disadvantage of air travel. Air travel is not within the reach of the common people. Okay, poor people cannot travel by air, so that is a disadvantage. And at the same time, it is also dangerous also. And it is only in the northeastern state that special provisions are made to extend the services to the common people. Okay, and here let us see some more these maps. And here the map in your textbook gives important international airport. Just see location of this Amritsar International Airport. The name of the airport is Raja Sansi. It is asked in the CBC exam also. This is the northernmost international airport. Okay, it is known as Raja Sansi in Amritsar. Here we have Indira Gandhi International Airport in Delhi. Okay, we have Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose International Airport in Kolkata. Then Chhatrapati Shivaji International Airport in Mumbai. Then International Airport in Hyderabad. Then Minambakam International Airport in Chennai. Okay, and Thiruvananthapuram International Airport in Kerala. So this is the southernmost international airport. In addition to this, we have this one international airport in Guwahati. Okay, Gopinath Bordoloi International Airport. It is in Guwahati. Okay, this is also an international airport in the Northeast India. And here we have one more map. So this map shows air routes. Okay, this map shows important air routes. Just see here, and it also shows the location of the other intermediate airports also. Okay, Srinagar Port, Leh Airport. Okay, here we have Amritsar International. Here we have Guwahati. And here we have Imphal International Airport. Okay, then Dimapur and so on. Jorhat, Dibrugarh. Okay, so many national and international airports are located here. Okay. Okay, any question from your side, boys and girls?
No,
Okay, then
no, sure.
okay, very good. Then let us stop here for today. Thank you very much for joining my class. And don't forget to send your names in the WhatsApp group for attendance.